Today I'll be doing a 2026 House election prediction if 2026 is a red wave. Now, I don't see a red wave being too plausible right now, of course, with the terror threats and everything that's going on, but it's still interesting to take a look at what a red wave would look like in 2026. So let's get into it. The first one that we have is Nick Bajic's seat. He unseated Mary Peltola, and I don't think she's going to run again. And with a red wave environment, I would bump that up to a safe margin. It'd be in Alaska. Then we have David Schweitzer. I think if it's a good environment for Republicans, I'll put it either into the lean or likely margin. For right now, I'll probably put it into the lean margin. Then we have Eli Crane. I could see his probably going to a safe margin. And then we have Juan Ciscomani in Arizona's 6th district. Now, this does have part of Tucson, which is a left-leaning city, but I still do believe that he would do well, considering also he did outrun the partisanship of his district, so I would put it into the lean Republican column. And then Josh Harder, I think in a best case scenario for Republicans, I could see him going down very slightly. He did outperform Harris in his district by over 5 points. And so that would be something that would be hard for Republicans to tackle in his district, but I would still put that in the tilt Republican district. Adam Gray, now this voted for Trump by 5.4%. I could see this going as a lean margin. Adam Gray did not win by too much. He only won by 100 plus some votes. So I could see this going back to the Republicans by a lean margin, whereas Jim Costa, I would actually bump that down to a lean margin. David Valadao, in a best case scenario, I think that could go up to a likely margin. David Valadao was one of the 10 Republicans who did vote to impeach Trump, and now his district has become more Republican. In 2020, his district was actually won by Biden, but this time he's in a more red favoring district, and he's also a more moderate member of Congress, and so I would put that into the likely margin. George Whiteside's, I will put that into the tilt Democrat column because this district is more Democratic. It does have some of Los Angeles and Orange County. And so even though it would be a more Republican favoring environment, I still would see him holding on. Ken Calvert, I would probably keep that in the lean margin. Derek Tran, Republicans would flip his district back by a tilt margin. Derek Tran flipped this district from Michelle Steele, and not a lot of people had seen this coming. Michelle Steele was a good incumbent, and many people thought she was going to win, but Derek Tran was able to pull it off. He's a strong incumbent, but I still would see him going down in that kind of environment. Then Dave Min, I would say you would hold on, but by a tilt margin. You look at the partisanship of his district, he actually underperformed Harris in his district. Mike Levin, I would probably put that into the lean margin. Jeff Hurd, probably either likely or safe. Yeah, I'll probably put it into the likely margin for right now. Gabe Evans. Now this is complicated because Gabe Evans has a part of Colorado that's more suburban and that is more left trending, and he was lucky that Trump did very well in his district. I would see him holding on narrowly. Now this would be a good scenario for Republicans, him holding on narrowly, but otherwise I see him going down. Johanna Hayes, I would see her winning by a lean margin. Anna Paulina Luna, safe margin. In Florida, Jared however you say his last name, that would probably be a tilt margin for him. Marinette Miller Meeks, in a good scenario, could win by a lean margin. I do actually see her going down in 2026 because she's probably one of the worst Republican incumbents that Republicans have. She's very unliked in her district. She underperformed Trump by 8+ points. So even in a best case scenario, she would only win by a lean margin. Zach Nunn, yeah, I think he would probably keep it in the lean margin. Eric Sorensen, probably get a little closer. a lean margin. Frank Mervyn, he's a pretty good candidate, actually. I would also put that in the lean margin, even though it only went for Harris by 0.3%. Jared Gordon, I think in a best case scenario, he doesn't run in his district, he runs for governor. Republicans do well in Maine, and I could see this as a likely margin for the Republican. Then we have Michigan's 13th. I'll keep that into the likely margin. Tom Barrett, he's a good incumbent. He outperformed Trump in his district by 2 points. I would say he would hold on by a lean margin. Kirsten McDonald-Rivet, she outperformed Harris by 8.5 points. I would put that into the lean margin, 3 to 6 points. She's still gonna probably hold on. John James, likely margin probably that we have Ryan Zinke, safe margin, Don Davis. I think it would go down narrowly in a good environment for Republicans. Don Bacon, he would hold on by a lean margin. Chris Pappas, I would put that into the lean margin. Same with Maggie Goodlander. Unless it gets redistricted, which I don't think it will, those will still be Democrat districts. Tom Keene possibly could go into the likely margin. He is a good candidate for the GOP. And New Jersey's trending more Republican. Nellie Powell, tilt margin. Gabriel Vasquez, he's a very good incumbent. I would still put it into the tilt Democrat margin. Then we have Dina Titus. I think she would win by a lean margin. Susie Lee, I think she could go down, considering that Nevada is becoming more Republican by a tilt margin. Stephen Horsford, that would narrow up. Same with Tom Suozzi. I actually could see him going down in a good year for Republicans. Laura Gillen. I think if Mike Lawler runs in New York and makes the governorship competitive, I think you could see a Republican unseat Laura Gillen. Now, guys, this is not my prediction. This is just a what-if scenario if Republicans do well in the midterms. I definitely want to clear that up. Josh Riley, I do think he probably would also go down. Joe Mannion, probably lean margin. Greg Landsman, also maybe a lean margin. Marcy Kaptur, she would definitely go down in a good scenario for Republicans. She hardly held on to a seat, and Republicans are mostly going to redistrict. Ohio, make it more Republican. Same with Amelia Sykes. She would go down because of redistricting. Janelle Bynum, it is a very Democrat district. Something to keep in mind. I would put that into the lean margin. Then we have Ryan McKenzie. He would hold on by a lean margin. Scott Perry, even in a best case scenario, I only see him holding on by a tilt margin just because he's such a bad candidate for the GOP. Rob Bresnahan, likely margin. Chris Deluzio, I'll probably keep that where it's at. Henry Cuellar would go down. He does have a corruption trial, and if he gets convicted and taken out of office, that would be a free pickup for the GOP. Vicente Gonzalez, also, I think he could go down in a good scenario for the GOP. Eugene Finman, close, but it is part of Virginia that's trending to the left, and that's why I'm going to keep that into the Democrat margin. Suhas Subramaniam, however you say his last name, lean margin, I would say, still going to the Democrats. Marie Perez, that could definitely be a pickup for the GOP in a good scenario. Derek Van Orden, he has a lot to improve upon. He underperformed Trump by 4 points or so, 5 points. So I probably would actually keep that in the lean margin. And then all of these other ones are fairly safe districts for the Democrats. So this would be my red wave House prediction. Republicans actually pick up 14 House seats, and Democrats are left with 201 to Republicans 234. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash the like button down below and subscribe. Comment your thoughts or suggestions in the comment section down below. Shout out to Diana Barbie, our first channel member. If you would like to become a member, you can join near my channel logo. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.